The strategic revisioner is the highest level of cognitive development that we know about. Those of us in higher education are always saying that we want our students to become lifelong learners. Well, the likelihood is that students aren't truly going to be what we think of as lifelong learners unless they reach the highest cognitive stage. Even though creativity is not necessarily associated with cognitive development, I believe that people operating at this highest stage might be more likely than other people to think out of the box. In other words, to see beyond the way things are done now. They are also more proactive when addressing things like change and risk. The biggest difference, though, is that the strategic revisioner embraces uncertainty and might say, I know that the world is uncertain, but that doesn't mean that I will sit back and wait for the world to do what it will with me. I'm going to monitor what I know to be uncertain, and I'm going to actively go about learning, constructing new knowledge, and I will know more in the future than I do today. Strategic revisioner thinking is something that we don't see a lot. Some research suggests that people's brains might not be sufficiently developed until around 26 or 27 years of age to achieve this pattern of thinking. So I would argue that this pattern of thinking is not reasonable for undergraduate school. And because so many people get a master's degree while in their mid-20s, it probably isn't reasonable as a target for most master's degree programs either. The picture that, to me, portrays this pattern of thinking is an image of outer space. We're constantly learning new things, and there are so many things that we don't know. It's very complex and very messy, and there's a sense of exploration when we go out there. Let me pause again to get your estimates of the proportion of students or people you work with that you think are operating at this stage. I'm now showing you the polling results. Well, looks like everybody believes that you have fewer than 10% of people operating at this highest pattern. And that sounds pretty consistent with the research in higher education. I've personally only had one undergraduate student demonstrating strategic revisioner thinking in my classrooms in all of the years that I've taught. Only one undergraduate student and only a handful of master's level students.